So we're starting a new series today.
I'm gonna try not to stare right in the camera.
Okay, don't stare right into the camera. Based on your love of True Detective, we're trying this new detective game, Alan Wake 2. I don't have any idea what this game is about. I haven't played the first one. If not,
You haven't played the first one either?
No.
Oh.
It was mentioned to me by Chris Buckner, so shout out to Chris Buckner. So we're gonna give it a shot. Hopefully I've heard it's a little spooky, a little scary. Let's see where it takes us. Nux, man.
Let him cook.
Let him cook.
I feel a little scared.
Why?
My heart's beating fast.
Well, it's supposed to be scary.
It's working.
The story of Alan Wake kicks off in the Pacific Northwest in 2010 in the ominously named Bright Falls, Washington, a logging and mining-oriented town that harbors a dark secret. For Alan and his wife Alice, however, it's meant to be a safe haven for the ever-disgruntled and writer's-blocked Alan to rest his head and take some time away from the hustle and bustle of New York City and his life as a best-selling crime author. Alan and Alice arrive at their secluded bird-leg cabin, which sits by its lonesome atop Cauldron Lake. Though the views are incredible, things take a turn for the worst on the first night of their stay. The hot-headed Alan storms out of the cabin in a huff when he discovers Alice brought a typewriter with the hope that Alan might find more success writing given his change of scenery. Rather rudely, he leaves his nyctophobic, that means afraid of the dark, wife alone in the creepy cabin during a power outage, and immediately lives to regret it as Alice is attacked by a dark presence just seconds later. Alan rushes in but manages only to witness her be pulled into the infinite darkness of Cauldron Lake. Suddenly feeling heroic, he jumps in after her. The next thing he knows, Alan awakens from behind the wheel of a crashed car, alone in the woods of Bright Falls other than a strange apparition clad in a diving suit that acts as Alan's part-time guiding light. Don't worry, we'll get back to this. Alan soon discovers he's missing a week of time. To make matters worse, he starts to find pages of a manuscript he supposedly wrote, and the events described on the pages begin coming to life. That would be fine if the author were writing about a good night's sleep or eating cake, but Alan's not so lucky. His story is a horror story, and soon axe-wielding maniacs, possessed construction trucks, and Hitchcockian birds all have it out for him. Eventually, he catches his breath and gets the attention of Sheriff Sarah Breaker, who delivers the bad news that Bird-Leg Cabin hasn't existed for decades, and it was destroyed by a volcanic eruption, leaving Alan's head hurting more than when he crashed his car. Soon after, his loud-mouthed but endlessly faithful literary agent Barry Wheeler shows up in town to defend his client, as Alan's gains the attention of local authorities, what with the whole crashing cars and misplacing wives routine. Alan spends the next several days in Bright Falls, being pulled ceaselessly farther down a rabbit hole of Stephen King-like oddities. Though Breaker is cautiously helpful toward Alan, others are much less intentioned. The FBI shows up, led by an alcohol-abusing special agent named Nightingale, who seems to assume Alan's guilt before he even crosses the town's border. After relentlessly evading both him and the shadowy monsters shaped like townsfolk called the Taken, Alan meets up with a local who claims to have kidnapped his wife and is holding her for ransom. As it turns out, the self-proclaimed kidnapper is just a crony for Dr. Emil Hartman, a local therapist who specializes, or more accurately preys on, artists such as painters, musicians, video game developers, and writers. Either by temptation or corruption, Hartman seeks to utilize the dark presence for his own good, but just as he acted as the marionette to that kidnapper, it seems the dark presence was pulling his strings too. Hartman is attacked in a supernatural assault on the mental health facility, and Alan barely makes it out alive. Before he left the facility, Alan was able to get to know Tor and Odin Anderson, the two old-timers from town who know a lot more than they were willing to let on in front of the doctor. The Anderson brothers direct Alan to their farm, where they promise the writer some much-needed answers. There, with Barry, Alan begins to understand the nature of the town's monster. The dark presence lurking in Bright Falls is empowered by art, and it manipulates artists to grow itself stronger through the worlds they imbue with purpose, like a song by the Andersons under their moniker The Old Gods of Asgard, or a story like that written by Alan during his missing week, during which time the Dark Presence served as something like his evil editor. By doing this, the Dark Presence is able to grow its influence beyond its domain, known as the Dark Place, a subjective supernatural realm that can appear different to different people, but is never the type of place one would want to land in. Alan seeks out the Lady of the Light, a spot-on callback to Twin Peaks' Log Lady, who understands better than anyone in town what exactly is going on. If it's not yet weird it enough for you, here's where things really start to unravel. The Lady of the Light, Cynthia Weaver, explains to Alan that she's seen what is happening before, back in the 1970s when it was a poet named Thomas Zane who was manipulated by the Dark Presence. In that case, the darkness kidnapped and eventually took on the appearance of his lover, Barbara Jagger. Zane stumbled his way to a conclusion that perhaps could have rescued Jagger and instead lost her for good. Now it's Alan's turn to try and save his love from the same cruel fate. The ghostly diver Alan has been seeing turns out to be Zane, who has been trying to guide Alan to a happier ending than he got himself. To that end, Weaver explains to Alan that Zane left behind a shoebox specifically for Alan to find years later. In it rests the clicker, a portion of a broken light switch Alan used to play with as a child. To Alan and players alike, the reveal becomes a headache-inducing time loop. How did Zane write into reality this clicker that comes from Alan's time as a kid? Or did he not do it at all? Did Alan write Zane into existence? It's the story's best chicken and egg scenario in a basket full of fan theories and lingering mysteries. And not to get too far ahead, but fans are still trying to make sense of it today. However the clicker got there, Alan comes to understand his purpose. He must correct Zane's wrongs, which led to his partner's demise, in order to save Alice. Alan takes the clicker and, after a long march through hell, finally comes face to face with the Dark Presence, once more wearing Jagger's likeness. Alan understands that a horror story requires sacrifice and balance. The writer can't create the happy ending they may want. It doesn't make narrative sense, and that allows the strangely art-obsessed Dark Presence to prey on those who get greedy, as Alan feels Zane did back in the 70s. To improve on Zane's unintentionally tragic conclusion, Alan writes a new ending to the story. He thrusts the clicker into the black heart of Barbara Jagger and turns it on, sending a burst of magical light scorching through the monster. She is defeated, but not entirely. Instead, it's enough to create an opening for Alice to escape the Dark Presence. She emerges from the depths of Cauldron Lake and swims to shore shaken, but otherwise seemingly okay despite having spent over a week in the dark place. Alan makes his much-needed sacrifice, submitting himself to the dark place in place of Alice. In doing so, Zane informs Alan that a doppelganger, whose name can't be heard over a scratching sound that is formed when Zane says it, thus earning him the name Mr. Scratch, will take Alan's place while Alan is away from the physical world from which he came. Alan then sits and prepares to write his exit in a story titled Return.
Even Gub's scared.
Just like, I'm gonna sit down with this one.
Back to the beginning. We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
Uh-oh. Black cheek alert.
Oh, I'm playing as this scary man.
I don't have a good feeling about this. It's kind of perfect because the microphone is covering his entire butt crack, so it's actually censored for me.
Please. Can you hear me?
Whoa is right.
Come on in. We should go.
Hello?
Where'd he gone?
going this way.
Do you have to try and get up there to where they
Is this
were?
the Twilight Town?
Yeah, this is Forks, Washington.
Don't sing, we're gonna get copyright claimed. Uh-oh.
This is the skin of a killer, Bella.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Right up the
full taint,
prison wallet.
full gooch.
See the beast eye.
What's going on in that tree? There. Nothing. Just leaves.
Just foliage. I hear little gurgles.
Yeah, I hear whispers from the forest.
You feel whispers from the forest.
I hear whispers from the forest.
Uh-oh. I didn't like that.
I didn't like that at all. And that spooky voice just said, "It's coming." Is this you sprinting?
This is me sprinting.
That's actually me sprinting.
I mean, he just crawled out of the lake, so... Uh-oh. Should I not go this way? Should I go back? Oh, they're shooting.
Oh. Why won't they
there's
help
people
you?
everywhere.
Oh my god.
Let go of me! Oh! Oh!
Oh my god.
Hemingway.
Not Hemingway.
That's Hemingway?
Hemingway mentioned.
I don't think I'm old enough to play this.
I don't think so either.
Where's the rest of the stuff? I need to finish this. What the fuck?
Ooh, swear word.
Ed? I mean, that table restraint doesn't seem that restrictive. He could probably have kicked free.
They seem to be weak, though, already, so...
He's probably been drugged. I keep thinking you're gonna, like, tell me a secret or give me a kiss.
No, I'm just seeing if it's recording.
Is it?
There it is. The people that make this game like a nice bold font.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery.
That's a very self-aware kid.
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers. I'll let you
It's
get
like
back
House
to
of
the
the
show.
Dragon.
You were supposed to wait and watch with me.
Well, you're doing murdery
love
stuff,
you.
Mom.
This is
Jeez.
what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Classic kid word, brooding.
I will. Bye, kiddo.
He is brooding, though. That was real.
Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
The weird thing is, like, that's the guy who made the game.
In real life.
Yeah. And he put himself in the game.
Is he also the killer?
I don't
It
know.
can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
I'm suspicious.
Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up.
This crime scene happened on La Push Beach.
Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work.
Time to get to work. She's got a wedding ring. She's married. I mean, makes sense.
Her daughter's not a
The
bastard.
deputy was
No.
supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear.
Oh.
Check out that map.
Oh. Big bold font.
Okay.
Okay. A witch's hut? Witch's ladle? Okay. Get to the crime scene, find the deputies.
You're the one who wanted to switch.
I think I hear someone.
I'm not walking all the way back
Could
down.
be our deputy.
I can go take a look.
Mulligan!
Hey, over here.
Hey!
Hey there.
Hey there!
Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right.
Is that Mike Stoskowska?
Anderson.
Stoskowska?
Soskoloski?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy
Sexism,
Mulligan.
day
I
one.
just figured that,
Alive and
you know,
well.
that, federal agents right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
Any witnesses to the
Any
crime?
Any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folks. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
I want to see the body.
I want to
How do
see
we
the
get there?
baby.
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Hey, Mulligan, tell them I'm here waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mulligan.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly.
So pretty. You can access the case board in the mind place. Whoa.
The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board.
Holy shit. Okay.
Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
Okay, I need to focus.
The case board is a mental technique that allows Saga to analyze the clues and progress the investigation. Okay, the victims. Ted Lane, dentist, stab wounds, bloating, bruising on the wrists.
Okay.
Wendy Davis. Here, let me move it in the middle.
Teacher. Body bloated.
Teacher, body bloated, largest. Found in the Cauldron Lake 2018.
Did you say largest?
Large chest. Largest victim. Percy Wolf.
Percy Wolf.
Door owner, bruising, heart removed, strange tattoos. Found 2 weeks ago, chest wound has ruled as case of death. Okay.
Well, these two have bloating, but he doesn't. So does that mean that he was not found in a body of water? Or does that mean that his body was found more recently? So
State of the body does not match 8 years spent in a lake. Someone's been So these are old bodies that are being found, and this is the most recent one. Murder method, slight difference in murder, bloating, only common in bodies, but not cause of death. Chest trauma, exposure to water, post-mortem. Bruising on the wrists and legs, deep gash in the chest, missing heart, all bloating. Okay, this is very
bloating,
cheerful so far.
Dumping him in the water must be the method of disposal and dumping ground, not cause of death.
Okay. Killer profile. Postmortem tattooing of the body. The murder targets have no discernible common traits. Chest trauma resembles animal butchery techniques.
Let's see the crime scene. Okay, so we have 2 big animal prints. I assume clothing, a stick.
Okay. Well, that's all we have so far. Before we go back in there, we need to give you a detective name. You're going to be Detective... So I'm obviously Detective Elliot, son of Paul.
I need like a prompt to help me come up. Do you want to play Zip Zap Zop?
No.
I need something to like bring it up.
Maybe by the end of this one, we'll figure out what it is.
We'll come across the thing organically.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking.
Wait,
So
so
getting started.
for this
Let's
guy,
head down the hill to the crime scene.
did she just like dissociate like crazy for 5 minutes? Just like
Nature.
I guess so.
she went to her happy place?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
They get shot.
Real funny.
Real funny, eh?
Funny. Ah! Falls down the mountain.
That was his last case.
Didn't you say we have to pass a convenience store?
Yeah, in the general store. You can't miss it.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Is there a nice place to get murdered?
Like,
Damn.
Four
Could've brought
Seasons.
an umbrella.
I like the rain.
I like
The only thing around here that's...
General
General
store.
store.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
I did not want to swap. No, I'm not getting it. Hey!
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you.
Our murderers must be very familiar with this area.
So, FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
He's joking.
Let's just see this body, shall we?
No tarp.
No tarp.
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. Now he didn't touch nothing.
Oh, his little wiener is out.
Oh, poor guy.
Stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp.
Ooh,
Oh my lord.
Coffee.
they left the heart.
Let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders?
Yes.
Step 1. The body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
Whoa.
Oh. Beautiful.
Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
Placing the key image on the board begins a new line of investigation. Cool. Great.
What now? Oh, right. Oof.
Yeah, oof.
You can collect.
The killer left the heart right next to the body. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down.
He
And
kind of looks like
maybe-
Stellan Skarsgård.
He does. And
Inside stab
Dune.
wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed.
is this a tattoo here on his thigh?
I think it's bruising.
Ooh. Major chest trauma.
Right. Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
Clues have resolved the open question and unlocked a deduction. As you advance the investigation, new questions will be unlocked, updating your clues. Okay.
Learn about the victim, learn about the killer. Great. That
Wow.
seems like useful for any case.
Yeah, I feel like they use that in a lot of murders.
Talk to someone. Find the evidence. Okay.
Oh, every time we
every
go
time.
back, it's so jarring. Is there...
Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table.
Yeah, no kidding.
The victim died here.
Oh, you think?
She's the best
Multiple people
detective.
were here. Multiple killers?
2, 3.
4.
They were having fun.
Someone was drinking beer.
Oh my god.
They spent time here.
Not beer.
Someone's been drinking beer.
Someone left in a hurry.
They were filming them drinking beer.
Was it for a camera? Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. Now,
He
I
was
haven't heard
also
a word about it
FBI?
until now.
So he's not Percy Magnificent or whatever.
Nightingale?
Percy Magnificent.
You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
Funny on 2 levels.
Clues can be discovered by people. Okay. Okay. The victim. We know more.
Talk to someone. Get some help.
Right. Multiple footsteps.
Footprints. Isn't that evident? Oh, that's like it.
Heavy blood spatter on the table. Oh, let's go here.
Okay.
Boot prints, indicating multiple killers. Quite the party.
Mm-hmm.
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
What happened after he got
So
fired?
what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas.
Story as old as time.
Ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here.
I bet there's more to that story.
But no happy ending.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago. 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
He's been missing for 13 years?
This town
Yeah.
wants to forget.
I think that's everything. For now, at least.
Mm-hmm. Anything clicking yet?
Not sure. Need to think about it.
Thank God she's blocking the penis. Oh, never mind.
Oops.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls
Here
13
we go.
years ago.
Victim ID'd Robert Nightingale, former FBI agent, mental state questionable at time of disappearance.
Did anybody report him missing?
Permeated or spontaneous?
Premeditated.
I can't read.
They planned for the murder to
Did it have
happen,
small holes in
passing
it?
the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him.
Hmm.
But why Nightingale?
So cozy in a nice little sweater.
Years.
But her like
Why here?
leather Melanie Aritzia
now?
pants. Victim came from?
Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together.
Profiling. You can use profiling inside Saga's mind place to get inside the heads of subjects and victims.
Suspects.
Using her intuition, Saga can discover new clues by profiling people of interest. Whoa.
Missing person.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Oh.
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder.
I don't think that's how profiling works.
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
Okay, great. That was fun.
Anything else we can add now? Oh, yeah. I can feel the Nightingale came from the lake, but why now? After 13 years, where's he been?
I can feel that Nightingale came from the lake. I just feel it that he came from the lake.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Why would he lead the way? Does he know where he's going?
I'll just wait here.
I'll just wait right here.
Shouldn't the other guy take them to the lake?
Oh, he's waiting right there, unsuspiciously.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that
Kind of sounds like
direction.
Kiefer Sutherland.
From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night. Possibly nude. The killers knew he was here. Ambushed him. Dragged him to the campgrounds. Strapped him to the table. Cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers.
There was a picture of a person on
job
that
is
thing we
unfinished.
just passed.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping?
Which
at
is
this time of
later.
year?
A witch with no heart. A strange echo of Al murder.
There's no mystery in Cauldron Lake.
Trees got that big.
Wait for him to finish speaking.
The creeps.
You need to get out more.
Hey, shut up.
It is kind of creepy, though.
There's no mystery in Cauldron Lake being named after its cauldron shape, and yet there are many mysterious stories about the lake, it being a gloomy doorway to the underworld, or a witch whose cauldron the lake really was. The legend tells that there were affections of local sheriff when unanswered. He accused the lady in question of having bewitched him. She was drowned, but her drop ladle grew into a strange tree, which is named the Witch's Ladle. The woman returned to avenge her widowers.
Wrongdoers.
I think I'm dyslexic.
If she was not a witch before, she was one now. She killed the sheriff, drowning him in the lake. Then she took out his heart and locked it in a box. With the heart, she would summon him from the lake to exact, neither of us can read, revenge on her behalf. Or so the legend goes.
Okay. Useful.
Okay, so we've got an MO.
Yeah, for the witch. We're going in the tree. Ooh.
Oh, bare
Some
footprints.
stinky feet. Ooh.
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
Or is it wobbling?
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales?
Am I gonna pick
They
up
come out
the
from under the
paper?
boulder.
Makes no sense.
Makes no sense. Do you? I guess you can.
Robert Nightingale.
And then there was...
Not the last. Oh.
Thank God. Oh, ha.
A page full of text on one side.
Is that what she calls a book?
Written with a typewriter.
A cut down tree with letters on it.
Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us.
Is this play about
The victim is
us?
one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
Reading
the words. These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation.
It's Alan.
How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
This is like Lost to Time.
Deep cut. Deep cut.
Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us.
Profiling.
I should profile Nightingale about this page.
What does she think profiling means?
The page.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
Shouldn't we leave that for the medical examiner?
No.
Do an autopsy. The victim was one of their
The
own.
victim was one of their own.
Sorry.
Take it easy.
Special Agent Robert Nightingale.
My bad.
Gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he had suddenly turned up, only to be murdered in a brutal ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was the page. This page, the first page that they had found, not the last. The first step down into terrifying depths. Secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Reading the words, these words, felt like a message. Was a message. Someone knew they were here. What they were doing.
Who, am I right?
Someone playing a game with them. Leading them on. An invitation. How could they not accept? The sheer audacity of this impossible mystery presented to them. Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
Okay.
Okay, that was intense. Can we add more stuff to the board now? Yes, we can. Footprints. What? He walked through a boulder?
It doesn't make sense.
Trail has gone cold.
I think he came from the lake.
Oh,
But his tracks make no sense.
Make no sense. Nightingale has something hidden inside of him.
there's more going on here than I'm seeing. I need to examine this body properly back in town.
Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside.
We're good detectives.
Is no one gonna process the scene though?
I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Okay.
We're not even gonna go to the lake?
Whoever wrote that page made sure it read like a story.
We can't, the
Like a
boulder's
scene
blocking
from a
it.
thriller.
I hate all of it.
Okay.
Text said we'd find more. I believe it.
But what's the purpose? They're twisting events to create their own narrative. To do what? Entertain some fantasy? Projecting their desires? Are we characters or the audience? Witnesses to their design? All the above?
It's all about
You made it
control.
back. Good.
Deciding what happens to who. Don't let it drag you in.
Too late. I'm already hooked. I need the next chapter.
I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
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 I'll do it myself.
Oh, and
Ew.
Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Deer Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
They're gonna make her move the body by herself?
She's strong.
Ew.
Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses.
Oh, okay.
The bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
I was already walking over there.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
FBI.
Can't fit the clues all together yet.
Well, it's been like 10 minutes,
Part
so
removed. Tripod.
not that crazy.
Tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod for a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner. I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery. Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner.
Oh dear, diner.
Oh dear. Cute.
Cute.
Let me guess. The FBI.
What's his name?
Welcome to Bright Falls.
Oh,
Guy
a
from,
genius?
Guy from X-Men.
I got you both some coffee.
Oh, the guy from X-Men.
No, Iceman.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
Ian
No, I wouldn't say
McKellen.
no to another.
Yep.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but...
Why do they say
you
the
decide for
Bookers?
yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time. We've looked through the case files you sent over, Sheriff.
Cheeseburger for $8.99.
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay?
Calm down, okay?
What were you doing at Cauldron Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details. Perfectly legal.
So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake.
Oh, they were the people on the hill.
He was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting. We ran into these psychos in deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult.
Damn, they saw all that.
And then we bolted and called the cops.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree, the cult of the tree, cult of the tree." Oh, and then we found it. The whole thing was...
She's profiling.
That's all.
Is that like the new, like, That's So Raven?
The cult of the tree. What aren't the Bookers telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree back, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists.
Why would you want to keep that? Just take a picture of it.
The Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters.
They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with the murder. They were telling the truth.
Great. Is there anything we can add to the case board?
We need to see that necklace.
Previous murders.
The killer profile.
We're dealing with an organized group of killers, not a lone serial killer. I need to know more about the Cult of the Tree if I'm going to shut them down.
What kind of cult? Cult of psychology? They're hiding their faces. They aren't established enough to operate openly. Okay.
Connection to Deerfest?
Connection to Deerfest? Great.
So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
Told you not to keep that thing to me.
Feels like something you would have gotten at Forever 21 in like 2014.
Thanks.
Not a Deerfest?
Be helpful.
Not Deerfest.
Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions.
Like we'd even dream of missing Deerfest.
Oh God. Saga! Saga Anderson. As I live and breathe. I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl. How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's me, silly. Rose. You know me. I don't think I do. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl? She drowned. Your daughter.
Oh no, is the loop
That's
starting?
So weird you don't remember. How do you know I have a daughter?
She drowned.
Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories. Happens on TV all the time. No. You're mistaking me for someone else. If you say so.
Bitch.
Bitch. Okay.
Okay, well that was weird.
It's creepy.
All set? My guys have Nightingale at the morgue if you're ready to go take a look.
Let's go.
Is the morgue right next door to the diner?
Looks like we're dealing with a cult. The cult of the tree.
A murder cult.
Murder.
Have you heard of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult will get you.
And sorry, he's Sheriff Breaker, but in the first one there was a different Sheriff Breaker that was a girl.
Are we? I played some D&D back in the day. Wizard was always my...
Looks like you have some guests.
Ah, morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guests. Deerfest. Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
This is all quite uphill.
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
Rose? Yeah, she's a bit of a space case. Always has been. Why? What'd she do now?
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name. It was all very weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible. But it's best not to take it personally.
I like how in video game dialogue people just say things that sometimes nobody reacts to.
Corpse is downstairs ready to go.
Yum.
Yep, in the morgue, all prepped.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way, Sheriff.
Oh, this is the Bright Falls Sheriff Station. Anything you need?
Looks nice.
Let us know.
We appreciate the support, Sheriff.
Okay. You go first, I guess.
So we share a morgue with the funeral home next door. It's a shoestring budget. I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week. But you can handle this, right?
I'm qualified to perform examinations. Yes.
Icky.
Something about morgues. They always cheer me up.
I can't say I feel the same.
He's joking.
Oh, it's locked.
Oh, well, not that door. Is there no budget for lighting either?
Let's take a look at our patient. I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination. What was the cause of death?
I don't know.
What other clues can the body give me? There's writing on here.
Ooh.
Can't make it out.
Writing?
Tattooing.
How'd they manage that?
Aha. They did leave something inside his chest. The body shows signs of being submerged in water post-mortem. It doesn't add up. This looks like text. A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy. Defensive wounds. He put up a fight.
Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us.
Bruises, defensive wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chest wound is cause of death. but the corpse is bloated, waterlogged. Doesn't add up.
Doesn't add up.
There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought it was text on his leg. Don't touch it with your bare hands. Oh my god.
It's the same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
Are we sure she's qualified?
Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on. We found these kinds of pages. I didn't think they were relevant to this case. I have them right here. No, wait.
Huh?
Sheriff?
What the hell?
Oh no. Gunshots?
Didn't see her. Could not see into bright light.
I'll make you pay.
How are you alive, sir?
Shit.
No weapon. The page said to get into the light.
What, and now the table disappeared?
Try to stay in the light to avoid being detected by enemies.
Good thing we watched that YouTube. Oh my god. Oh my god, I hate this.
Can't see me in the light.
What is he doing? Our friend is crouching in the corner.
My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back.
Okay, alright. Where was the hall? It was over here?
Yeah.
Safe havens will restore some of your health.
Okay, you got a flashlight. Did you point it at yourself?
Okay, go there. Oh god.
Oh my god. Ew. Oh.
He got us.
Instantly.
Okay, well now we know. So the gun's in that room, correct?
I can't. I'm a bit disoriented, but yes, I guess so.
He can't see me in the light. My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back.
Alright. That's my gun.
Oh.
Vanished.
He's coming
Somebody's
in.
banging our door. Is there usually like a little song break in the games you play? A little music video?
Whew, wow. That was intense.
Alright, well,
Well, that was a good first chapter.
how did I
Spooky.
do?
You did great. Well, did you come up with a detective name yet?
No.
No? Okay, we'll think about it and bring it maybe next time.
Detective...
Pikachu? Okay, that'll be your homework for the week.
Alright.
Stay safe, everyone. That was real scary. Don't go out to
the lake.
the lake.
All right.
Bye.